Did a parking spat turn deadly, or did we rush to scapegoats? Maya will unpack the worker and community context. Leo will pull the forensic timeline. Tonight, we cut through conflicting headlines, official claims, and surveillance that will decide who's responsible. Tonight, a collision between the official story and the street narrative. Former quarterback and Fox analyst Mark Sanchez was stabbed downtown in Indianapolis, and the takes came faster than the facts.
And immediately, folks leapt to blame homelessness and wilding teens. That scapegoating reflex tells you a lot about whose pain gets weaponized and whose is ignored.
Meanwhile, some feeds shouted violent streets like a siren. Others glossed over choices and consequences. The truth is rarely that tidy.
Here is what is confirmed. Just after midnight on October 4th, a dispute between two adult men in an alley near Lochmiller's pub escalated. Police locked down the area, set a Washington Street command, and searched for evidence. Dispatch audio captured talk of securing perimeters and checking whether cameras were running. Officers reported one victim in critical condition headed to Eskenazi and another person detained at the scene.
So, heavy police presence, the full lock it down like a crime scene posture. But that tells us procedure, not motive or power dynamics inside the confrontation.
Police later called it an isolated incident between the two men, not random. That matters. It means this wasn't a marauding mob story. It was a conflict that spiraled.
Detectives reviewed video. Both men were identified, neither local. One suffered lacerations. Sanchez had injuries consistent with stab wounds. No one else is being sought. That's the current official picture.
Local reporting adds a start point. A delivery driver says he was working when Sanchez told him to move, allegedly used pepper spray, and the driver stabbed in self-defense. That is a claim, still under review.
And reports about the driver's injuries ranged from lacerations to significant facial trauma. That variance is exactly why you pump the brakes on hot takes.
Sanchez underwent surgery, and per Fox Sports is in stable condition. IMPD arrested him at the hospital on 3 misdemeanors: battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. He was not yet booked into a detention center when police shared that update. The Marion County prosecutor will decide final charges, and Fox replaced him on the broadcast with Brady Quinn.
Worth underscoring the standard line. An arrest is merely an accusation, innocent unless proven guilty. That applies to Sanchez and to the other guy's self-defense claim.
But also, intoxication is not an excuse to escalate. As one commentator said, if you know you cannot hold your alcohol, do not drink. Alcohol plus power plus entitlement can turn a parking spat lethal.
Hold on. It can also be alcohol plus bad judgment all around. Personal responsibility cuts multiple ways. Don't invade someone's space, don't throw the first punch, and don't bring a weapon into a stupid argument.
Now the contradictions. Early chatter called him in critical condition, even stabbed in the chest. Later, officials and Fox described stable after surgery. Injuries to the other man are inconsistently described. Sequence and motive remain murky. Police say they will not release all details while the investigation continues, and they are still reviewing surveillance footage from nearby cameras.
Meanwhile, the discourse machine screamed, "Violent streets of Indianapolis." Another voice said, "America has a mental illness problem." Notice how quickly the city gets blamed before facts are set.
And notice how fast some folks pivot to systems to avoid naming choices. You can talk mental health and still say, do not start fights. Both ideas fit in one brain.
But not in a brain trained by clickbait. One streamer hyped, "Indianapolis is crazy in downtown," touting police scanner views. Sensationalism sells fear and policy that punishes the wrong people.
Come on, scanners are raw feeds, not gospel. But pretending downtown has no issues is also spin. The question is, are we diagnosing the right thing or just dunking on a city we do not like?
State leaders jumped in fast. The governor wrote that the city is sliding on safety. The lieutenant governor said lawlessness. Both later edited or removed posts. Politics met uncertainty as usual.
That's performative. Blame local leaders within hours, then walk it back. Meanwhile, delivery workers navigate alleys at night with little protection and less pay. Where is that urgency for them?
I will give credit where due. The police chief praised officers for staying on mission, not noise. They set a command post, canvassed cameras, and made sure the scene was contained. That's the job done right.
Containment is step 1. Step 2 is accountability without celebrity bias. If a well-known person harmed a worker, status should not shield him. And if the worker used force, the standard is still the law.
Agreed on equal standards. Also agreed on patience. Let the video speak. The prosecutor will either file, downgrade, or decline. Internet juries do not decide charging documents.
Quick recap as we pivot. Confirmed, 2 men, one with stab wounds, one with lacerations, heavy police response. Sanchez arrested at the hospital on 3 misdemeanors. Investigation active, final charges pending.
Let's interrogate isolated incident. That phrase reassures tourists. But isolation to whom? To a courier, late-night conflict is an occupational hazard shaped by city design, lighting, and labor policy.
And shaped by how people act. Do not block alleys. Do not escalate with spray over a parking squabble. Do not try to enter someone's vehicle. That is how you turn dumb into dangerous, fast.
Yet the first narrative many pushed was random urban chaos. As one host said, "Who would stab Mark Sanchez?" As if fame makes you immune to the messy realities workers face nightly.
Fame does the opposite. It amplifies the story and the spin. Sanchez got support from the Jets and former teammates, and Fox asked for privacy. The PR machine turned on immediately.
Fox's statement thanked the medical team and asked for privacy. The Jets wrote, "Sending thoughts and love. Those are public gestures that can coexist with due process and investigative rigor."
Media also framed it as, "He was set to call the game." True, but that angle centers a broadcast over a worker's night shift. Priorities in coverage show whose time is valued more.
Or it shows the audience. Sports viewers know Sanchez. That is why it led. But I hear you. Do not erase the delivery driver's side. If he was hurt, that matters too.
Let's log the open questions. Did pepper spray come first? What do the cameras show about who initiated contact? What precise injuries did each sustain? What is the talk screen status? None of that is public yet.
And what about the systemic backdrop? Delivery deadlines, app pressure, alley access, lack of safe loading zones. Conflict often blooms where design and economics fail people at odd hours.
Fair, but let's not launder bad behavior through systems talk. If someone, drunk, tried to enter a vehicle, that is a crime. If someone responded with potentially deadly force, that must be justified by threat.
Absolutely. Self-defense isn't a vibe. It's a standard. Reasonable fear, proportional response. That is why video is crucial, and why we should resist the early madman in custody rhetoric.
On rhetoric, one host bragged the police scanner there is wildly popular. That culture can turn tragedy into play-by-play entertainment. It also trains us to react, not think.
We also heard the broader sermon, "America has a mental illness problem." That is a complex claim. Mental health intersects with violence, yes, but policy and personal decisions still matter.
And with alcohol. Bars profit, cities permit late hours, overservice goes unchecked. As that commentator said, intoxication is not an excuse, but it does point to an ecosystem that normalizes risk.
Practical tip time. If you feel yourself heated, leave. Use a ride. De-escalate. Like another rant warned, in road rage, some are thinking fight while others are thinking kill. You already lost if you misread that.
And workers need more than tips. They need safe pull-offs, working alley cams, and the ability to call for help without risking their livelihood. That is a public safety policy, not just personal advice.
Public safety also means not turning every incident into a campaign ad. Those quick posts from leadership that got edited later. Maybe wait an hour before you dunk on your own city.
One more nuance. Police say this was not random. That curbs panic, but it does not erase harm. 2 people were hurt. The law will sort out culpability. The city must still learn from the friction points.
And learning starts by resisting caricatures. Not every downtown incident is about homeless boogeymen. As was argued earlier, they want you to believe it's just those people, Lice, that dodge blocks real fixes.
Real fixes include lighting, patrols, and, yes, consequences. If the evidence backs the charges, prosecute. If it doesn't, say so and move on. No one gets a pass for fame, and no one gets scapegoated for clicks.
There is also the workplace angle at Fox. The company swapped in a new analyst and asked for privacy. That is standard. The long-term question is whether this incident imperils a career pending the facts.
Companies move fast to limit liability, but they should also support harm reduction in host cities, not just security bubbles for talent. Invest in the communities you profit from on game day.
And talent should be ambassadors, not headaches. If you are in town to work, act like it. Simple as that. Again, facts pending, but that principle holds up in any city, any alley.
Let's widen back to media. Early on, some said critical, others said stable. That whiplash is a reminder. First reports are frequently wrong, incomplete, or framed for virality over clarity.
And the victims' families feel that whiplash. Privacy requests exist because rumor mills dehumanize people. You can pray for recovery and still demand better reporting discipline.
Discipline also means not narrating a city's doom based on one night. Indianapolis has problems, so does every downtown. Fix them with policy, not memes about scanners being #1 in the nation.
Right, and fix them with resources, not fear. More crisis response, better lighting, worker protections, and yes, mental health access, not more blame at the bottom of the ladder.
Plus a cultural reset, de-escalation as a norm, skip the chest thumping. As the rant went, you do not know what someone else is carrying that night, emotionally or literally.
We will not relitigate every claim, but as Maya argued earlier, the early blame game missed the workers' reality. And as Leo argued, accountability will rest on evidence and law, not comment sections.
And if the video shows the driver acted reasonably, then protect him fully. If not, hold him accountable. Same for Sanchez. Equal justice means just that, celebrity or not.
In the meantime, maybe retire the phrase crazy downtown for a while. It is lazy. Say what happened, not what your algorithm wants to hear.
Final recap to anchor us. Police say the incident was isolated, both men identified. Sanchez had surgery and is stable. He was arrested on 3 misdemeanors at the hospital. The prosecutor will decide next steps. Investigators are still pulling camera footage and evidence from the alley and nearby businesses. Some reporting details conflict and may change as the video dictates the timeline.
And while the city processes this, let's center the lesson. Design safer nights, reduce pointless friction, and stop treating delivery workers like moving hazards instead of human beings.
And center another lesson. Take responsibility for your state, your choices, your tone. One less taunt, one fewer bad decision, and none of us is dissecting an alley fight on a Sunday.
Coming up, we will track the prosecutor's decision and what the cameras actually show about who started what and when. Until then, less noise, more patience. We will be right back with updates as they land.